Hey everyone, it's Mr. Lentz coming to you again through the power of the internet. Today I just wanted to talk about how we can determine a theme in a poem. So in class, we've been talking about a six-step poetry analysis for Traveling Through the Dark, and we've looked at the poem through several different aspects by analyzing the speaker, the poet's purpose, looking at and breaking down different poetic devices that the poet used, and also looking at word choice and subject matter and how those influence tone and mood in the poem. And the final thing that you need to do for your six-step poetry analysis is consider all six of those elements and determine how they help develop the theme of the poem. And I just kind of wanted to remind you a little bit about theme. So remember, themes are basically the main message, the central idea that a piece of writing has. And when you are writing out themes after you've come to a determination of what the piece is trying to say, I want you to remember that themes are sentences. Okay, they are not words and phrases. So we can cross that out. Okay, so we're going to write them as sentences. Words and phrases, remember, guys, are motifs, and authors and poets use those motifs to help develop the theme. Okay, so some motifs that you may have noticed that Traveling Through the Dark uses is the motif of nature. Right, we know nature's in the poem because it has a doe in it. It also has a fawn in it. It takes place in the wilderness. Okay, and at one point he even personifies the wilderness. So nature definitely plays a big role in this poem. Okay, but instead of saying the theme is nature, give me a sentence about nature. So what do you think Stafford is trying to say about it? Okay. Same thing with difficult decision. So we know that the traveler, the speaker of this poem, he hesitates at one point because he has to decide if he should go ahead and push this doe into the canyon um, to help clear the road for future travelers. So again, the theme is not difficult decisions. That's a motif that Stafford is using, but instead, you might want to consider: is there a universal rule, or is there basically a rule that anyone in the world would kind of understand that the poet is trying to communicate about difficult decisions? And then one final example of a motif is the motif of life and death that he talks about. So not only is the doe dead and the fawn is alive, but the decision that he makes in this poem um, kind of will determine more life and death. Okay, and that's revealed in the last line of the first stanza. So again, don't tell me that the theme is life and death. Instead, kind of come up with a sentence about it that communicates a rule or some kind of observation that the poet is trying to communicate. Hopefully, you guys found this helpful. Please email me if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to help you. And I'll see you all in the next one.